Alright, welcome to a quick little video that I wanted to put together about diagnosing code P0300. It's a very commonly misunderstood trouble code that can happen on your car, and most people are going to tell you that it is a random multiple cylinder misfire. In fact, that's actually what your code reader will tell you. The reality is that it is not just a random multiple cylinder misfire. The truth of the matter is that the computer does know which cylinder is misfiring. It's just not identifying it in particular in this code. The reason that they don't identify it has to do with the fact that there are Class A and Class B type misfires. And a Class A misfire is a non-catalyst damaging misfire. A Class B misfire is a could cause a catalyst damaging event. And so since a type A misfire may not necessarily cause catalyst damage, the manufacturer is not required to identify the cylinder, just that there is a misfire ongoing. A type B misfire, on the other hand, does pose a risk to the catalytic converter, and therefore they, by law, because of the OBD2 requirements, they are required to identify that particular cylinder. So we have a Chevy Trailblazer in today, and it has a check engine light on, it runs rough, it's got a hard start, and what is the code? Well, look at that. It's a P0300, and this Autel scanner identifies it correctly. Engine misfire detected. Now, since we've detected an engine misfire, the question is, which cylinder is misfiring? How do we find that out? Well, in this particular case, most of the time you're going to find the information in your factory level diagnostics. So I'm going to actually go, this is GM, which gives us a little bit better than average diagnostics, but most of the time, if you're in a factory level scan tool, it will give you some sort of misfire identification, live misfire identification. So like if you had a Ford, you would go into the power balance feature and it'll actually live show you which cylinder misfires. In GM, you can actually go into live data and there's a specific grouping of information under misfire. So we're going to go into that. All right, so I'm going to go click into live data, engine live data, and misfire. Once I get into here real quick, I'm going to actually observe which cylinder is misfiring. So the misfire current counter, so if you go down here, 1 through 6, you're going to notice, yeah, we got a couple of little ones here on 5 and 6, but our misfire counter is continuous on number 2. It's continuously bumping up. Now, if I wanted to go look in the history of cylinder misfires, if it keeps a history of misfires, and you'll notice cylinder 6 has like 18,000 misfires. Well, that's because the coil was in cylinder 6 when we pulled this vehicle in. We swapped the coil from 6 to 2, and now we're watching number 2 rise, which means we have a coil problem. So in this particular car's case, all of the coils got replaced at one point, and it turns out that they just have a very bad ignition coil. One of the coils happens to be just a cheap quality coil, and instead of actually diagnosing the problem, they threw parts at it, and aftermarket parts are not always perfect. And so good quality parts are what we recommend to do the job correctly. In this particular case, we're going to recommend a new ignition coil, replace that one that we've moved to number 2, and that should remedy the issue permanently. So, to summarize this little video, and we're keeping it real short for this today, to summarize the video, if you have a P0300 code, it does not mean it's just randomly misfiring anywhere in the engine at any given time. It's the engine control system has indicated that there is a type A misfire that is not catalyst damaging, that is ongoing, and you can access information that will identify that particular cylinder. So now if it was type B, what would be happening? Now, if type B misfire is what we're most commonly normally used to, because that will usually cause a check engine light to begin flashing when it's happening. So you'll see a flashing check engine light if you're paying attention for it. And there will usually always be a code present in the diagnostic code memory of that particular cylinder. You'll also notice that when you have a type B misfire, that it's going to indicate like code P0300 and then the cylinder number. So P0309 would be cylinder 9 misfire if you had a Dodge V10 or something of that nature. Or cylinder 1 P0301 or whatever. So there's a rhyme or reason to these codes. But 300 just simply means there is a non-catalyst damaging misfire. Now, could it become one over a long period of time? Absolutely. But type B misfires, the ones that flash the check engine light and give you a specific cylinder, those are the ones that cause eminent catalyst damaging emissions. So there you go. Hope this is helpful for you, and hope this helps you along your diagnostic path. I'm Patrick Smith with High Impact Motorsports, and we'll catch you again on another episode.